to Marshall. Race 1, Dave Lyons, Jeff, James, Shane, Scott, Peter, and Brett the Hitman. Everyone else out to Marshall. And I'm going to put you down at the end of the straight down there. Aiden, I'm going to put you to the milk crate, please, all right? Watch straight, guys. Marshall coming in the straight. On the straight. Evan. Go to the other side there. He's going to show you where you need to be. Watch the end of the straight, guys. Watch the end of the straight. Marshall down there. Want to welcome the new guys for coming out racing tonight. Evan and Steven out here. Have either of you guys raced indoor carpet before? Steven? You raced indoor carpet before? No? So you haven't marshaled indoor carpet either. So remember, these guys are flying around the track. 11, 12 seconds, so if you go to make your move to marshal a car, sometimes, especially for where you are, just grab the car, get it off to the track side, put it down, don't marshal it right directly in the straightaway, because normally you only have a couple seconds to get out of the way. All right, guys, I'm going to shut down the straight, get you guys lined up. Everyone's over my loop. Dave Lyons going to start us off. Jeff, James, Shane, Scott, Peter, and the Hitman. Oh, we've started already, eh? It has begun. It's one thing I do like more about club racing than trophy racing. Just about having fun. Don't get me going. Driver's ready. Dave on the tone. Jeff, James, Shane, Scott, Peter, Hitman. Everyone coming in with 3 laps. Going to count it on the next one here. Call it out. Here we go. Shane on top, 25.503, 11.85 fast lap. Jeff in the number 2 spot, 24.502. James 5.09. Peter 5.09. Hitman 5.12. And Scott on the 22.510. Dave on the 21.514. So Shane on that 25. Jeff and Peter now on the 24, then James on the 23, Scott and Hitman on the 22, and Dave on the 21. Shane with the fast lap right now, 11:83. Second fastest lap overall going to Jeff, 12:06. Track change coming this Monday for our Kings of Carpet race, December 9th. Two down here, 3 minutes left to go. Shane's still on top, setting the pace for everyone at 25 lap pace, 25.511. Jeff holding that number 2 spot, 24.5 flat, almost on that 25 lap pace. Peter sitting in third, 24.510. James 5.11. Scott 23.509. Hitman 5.13, and Dave 22.501. Shane, Jeff, James, Peter, Scott, Brett, and Dave getting down our 2-minute mark here.
2 minutes left.
James moving that number 3 spot. Shane on that 25. James now in the 2. Jeff in the 3. Then Peter in the 4. All on the 24. Scott, Hitman, and Dave all on the 23. Watch straight, guys. Go wide, go wide, go wide.
1 minute left.
60 seconds left to go. Shane at the top, 25.508, 11.83 fast lap. Jeff back in that number 2 spot, 24.510. James 5.11. Peter 5.12. Scott 23.5 flat. Dave 5.02, and Hitman 5.11. There's the tone. When I call your name, your race is over. Dave Lyons, you are done. Still live, Brett. Keep going. Keep going. Just watch Dave, 'cause he's still live. Jeff's done. Shane's done. Guys, as you hit the loop, it's all over. There we go. One live. Hitman still live. Nice. Shane taking it. 24.505 with that 11.83 fast lap. Jeff 24.508. James 5.10. Dave finishing 4th. 24.501. Peter 5.06. Hitman 5.06. And Scott 5.07. cars, just waiting. All right. There we go. That's Evan's car. Very good. You all right there, buddy? Watch straight, guys. Watch straight. Watch straight. Actually, I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to shut it down anyways. We'll get you guys lined up. Darren, Dave, George, Aiden, Steven, and Evan. Darren, Dave, George, Aiden, Steven, and Evan. We will do 5 minutes, 7 minutes, whatever, after this race. I will do a resort too. Unless Shane's volunteering to move down to the B main group right now. Race 2, I should say. No? You sure? Oh, okay. He's good. Yeah, you can't tell his car's on? You should see the body. It looks like someone shot it up. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. Darren on the tone. Dave? George? Yep. Aiden? Steven, and Evan. Watch into the straight, stay tight, stay tight. His hot lap went to Dave was 12:95.
4 minutes left.
Calling it out on Dave, 24:5:09, 12:42 fast lap. Darren, 23:5:12. Aiden, 25:02. George, 18:5:10. Evan on the 16. Steven on the 11. 3:45 left to go. Watch on top of the big table. Stay tight to the inside. Marshall up there. Clear. Here we go, 2 down, 3 left to go. We got Dave Bailey on top, 24:5:11, 12:42 fast lap. Darren, 23:5:11. Aiden, 25:14. George now on the 19:5:04. Evan on the 16:5:13. And Steven on the 12:5:19. Look at that, Douglas isn't here, so you all get a chance to marshal tonight. Watch straight, watch straight. Wide, go wide, clear. Go 2 minutes left to go. Ooh. Go ahead, Aiden. Go ahead. Oh, whenever you're ready. Minute 35. Dave's still on top at 23.505. Darren 22.502. He's now holding fast lap 12.28. George 19.501. Aiden 18.514. Evan on the 16. Steven on the 12. Watch straight. Watch straight. Clear.
1 minute left.
60 seconds left to go. Watch tabletop. Clear. Watch your reverse, Steven. Can't use reverse during racing. Gotta wait for the marshal. Hey, Peter, you might want to get the car, though. "15 seconds left to go. Stay tight in the straight. Clear. There's the tone. When I call your name, your race is over. Dave, you are done. Steven, Darren, Aiden, George. One car still live, guys. One car still live. And that's for our two new racers here, Evan and Steven, completing their first carpet race. Qualifier, that is. Dave Bailey taking 23.504, Darren 23.511, 12.28 fast lap going to Darren, George 25.10, Aiden 18.506, Evan finished on a 15, and Steven on the 11. We're going to take 10 minutes, guys. I'm going to do a resort here. So 10 minutes. When we get back in 10 minutes, it'll be Scott, Darren, George, Aiden, Evan, and Steven for race 1. Race 2 will be Shane, Jeff, James, Dave Lyons, Dave Bailey, Peter, and the Hitman. 10 minutes. All right, here we go, guys. Round 2. Scott, Darren, George, Aiden, Evan, and Steven. All right, guys, straight is closed. Straight is now closed. Let's line them up. Scott, Darren, George, Aiden, Evan, and Steven. Scott, Darren, George, Aiden, Evan, and Steven. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. Scott on the tone. Darren, George, Aiden, Evan, and Steven. Watch straight, guys. Go wide. Watch straight. Go wide. Go wide. Clear. Hot lap's going to go to Darren, 1281. Calling it out on Darren, 23.502, Scott 507. Scott holding fast lap, 12.17. George on the 21.506, Aiden on the 25.12, Evan on the 17, and Steven on the 12. Watch down the end of the straight over the double. Watch the end of the straight, stay tight, stay tight. Clear. Watch straight.
3 minutes left.
Two down, 3 minutes here left to go. Darren on top. That is the orange buggy, yellow wheels. Faster guys, please be patient with the new guys. I know it's hard to pick the line around them. They're just trying to figure out their line themselves, navigate the track. So be patient going around them. Scott at the top, 23.510. Sorry, Darren, 23.510. Scott, 5.12. Then George, 20.503. Aiden, 19.515. Evan on the 15.501. And Steven on the 12. Fast lap overall going to Scott, 12.17. Second fastest lap going to Darren, 12.37. Marshall, James, that's you still. Hitman, one of you guys.
2 minutes left.
Minute 10 left to go here. Darren, Scott, George, Aiden, Evan, and Steven. Darren holding fast lap now, 11.98. Watch your rhythm.
1 minute left.
Clear. Oh, watch the rhythm again. Watch straight, go wide. Clear. Seconds left to go. Darren running 23.507. Scott 22.502. George 19.502. Aiden on the 18.504. Evan on the 15. And Steven on the 11. On the other pole there. Nope. There's the tone. When I call your name, your race is over. Scott, you are done. Aiden, George, Darren, 2 cars live, 2 cars live. Evan's done, 1 car live, 1 car live. George, you're all done. And there it is, Darren taking it 23.505, 11.98 fast lap. Scott 22.502, George 19.502, Aiden 18.5 flat, Evan 15.502, and Steven on the 11.511. Just watch straight, guys. Stay tight in the straight. Marshall's walking out in the back section. Marshall's coming down the straight. Stay tight in the straight. Tight in the straight. But did you just poke James on the driver's stand? You did poke him? Oh, now, okay. That's right. He'll probably take you out on the track anyways. I hear he's a jerk face that way. Shane just has to be a jerk sometimes, eh? Yes, I was talking to you, Shane. Seen what you're doing to Jeff's car. Just remember, this is a family show. None of that rated R car stuff you do. Yeah, get your car off there. It's dirty. Very dirty car. Go clean it. All right, straight is now closed. Straight is now closed. Shane, Jeff, James, Dave Lyons, Dave Bailey, Peter, and the Hitman. Oh. Oh, I see. It's like that. Don't get me going. All right, he'll do the next one, he said. Next round is all his. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. Shane on the tone. Jeff, James, Dave Lyons, Bailey, Peter, Hitman. Look how fast that that two-wheel buggy is of Hitman's. Oh, look at this. TQ markers beside the top four drivers. Hot lap going to James, 11:93. Shane's TQ right now is 24:505. Still 3 TQ markers up there. After second lap, coming in the third lap. Who's got this? 2 TQ markers. 1 TQ marker. It's amazing how quickly that drops off as we get around to the 4 laps. Oh, 1 just popped right back up. Yeah, there was 0 there. Calling it out on James on TQ, 24:503, 11:93 fast lap. Peter, 24:505. Shane, 5:07. Dave Lyons, 5:09. So that's our top 4 on the 24, sorry. Once again, James, 24:503, Shane 5:07, Peter 5:08, Jeff 5:12, Dave Lyons 23:503, Bailey 5:06, and Hitman 22:506. $3:25 left to go. Watch straight, guys. Oh, nice wheelie there by Peter.
3 minutes left.
2 down, 3 left to go. James once again on TQ. James is on TQ right now. 25:510, 11:93. Jeff in that number 2 spot, 24:506. Dave Lyons 5:08. Peter 23:5 flat. Shane 5:02. Dave Bailey 5:03. Oh, things are changing. It's James, Jeff, Dave Lyons, Peter, Hitman, Dave Bailey, and Shane now. Top 3 on the 24, bottom 4 on the 23. Actually, James is on the 25, 25:510. Jeff and Dave Lyons on the 24, everyone else on the 23. Where's your car, Shane? I lost track of it. Oh, is Douglas doing... What's wrong with it? Well, Everyone knows Douglas is fast. Doug, just run around the track with it. Come on, run some laps. Show us how you can run some laps. I bet you can beat Hitman. Minute 35 left to go. Once again, James is on TQ on the 25, 507, 1173 fast lap. Dave Lyons now in the number 2 spot, 24, 506. Jeff, 508. Peter coming in, 23, 502. Bailey, 502. Hitman, 503. I seen that hit there, Hitman. I seen it.
1 minute left.
60 seconds left to go. Seconds left to go. James with a TQ marker. Jeff now with a TQ marker on the number 2 spot. Dave Lyons in that number 3. So James 25, 509, 1173 fast lap. Jeff 24, 504, and Dave 510. Peter now on the 24, 512. Hitman 23, 501. Dave 502. There's the tone when I call your name. Your race is over. Jeff, Dave Lyons. Peter, you're still live. Bailey, you're done. James is done. 1 car left live, guys. Only Peter car's live right now. Hitman, you're done also. There it is. James taking it 25, 509, 1173. Jeff 24, 504. Peter 512. Hitman 23, 5 flat. Lions 501. Bailey 502. 10 minutes, guys. I am doing a resort. I don't know that it's going to affect anything, but we're going to try it and see what happens. All right, so when we get back, nope, Darren, Scott, George, Aiden, Evan, and Steven, you guys will be race 1. Everyone else in race 2, 10 minutes.
First one's up. Darren, Scott, George, Aiden, Evan, and Steven. Aiden, you coming, man? Line them up.
Straight is closed.
Straight is closed.
So that's the main reason why I say straight is closed, because otherwise.
Lineup is Darren, Scott, George, Aiden, Evan, and Steven. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. Less than 5. Darren, Scott, George, Aiden, Evan, and Steven. Hall up went to Scott with a 12-5, but it's Darren, Scott, George, Aiden, Steven, Evan. Watch the rhythm. Darren's on 23.504, Scott's on 22.506, George 20 at 507, Aiden 25.14, Evan 14.504, and Steven 13.506.
4 minutes left.
Watch the rhythm, watch the rhythm. Watch pull, watch pull. Clear. Darren just pulled off his fast up with a 12.42. It's Darren, Scott, Aiden, George, Evan, and Steven. We got Darren up on 23.511, Scott with a 23.513, George 18.502, Aiden 18.508, Evan 13.501, and Steven 13.514. 3 minutes left, drivers. Watch the table, go tight. Clear. Watch the end of the rhythm. Watch it straight, go tight, clear. We got Darren up on 22.512, Scott with 22.503, George 18.501, Aiden 18.506, Evan 14.521, and Steven 13.514. 2 minutes left, drivers. Watch the rhythm, Clear. Pull. Watch the end of the straight, clear. Watch the rhythm, go tight. Clear. Pull. Clear. Darren's up on 22.505, Aiden's at 18.510. We got Scott at 22.503.
1 minute left.
George 18.501, Evan 14.517, and Steven 12.507. Go, Brett, go! When I call your name, your race is over. Darren.
You're done, Darren.
Okay. Steven. Aiden. And Evan. Watch it straight. Guys, watch it straight. Clear. Straights closed. Line them up, guys. Okay. Lineup is James, Jeff, Shane, Peter, Brett, Dave Lyons, Dave Bailey. Marshall's ready, driver's ready, James on the tone. Jeff, Shane, Peter, Brett, Dave Lyons, Dave Bailey. Haul up with the Shane with a 12-0. Shane is up on 25.506, Jeff's a 24.5 flat, Peter's 24.502, James is 24.505, Dave is 24.512, Brett is 23.502, and Dave Lyons 22.5 flat. We got Shane and Jeff on TQ.
4 minutes left.
We got Shane with a fast up of an 11.7. Pace is Jeff's on TQ with 25.509. Shane's 25.509.8. Peter 24.5. Brett's 23.503, Dave Lyons 23.5 flat, James 22.5 flat, and Dave is 21.514. We now have Jeff up at the top. The order is Jeff, Shane, Peter, Dave, Brett, James, Dave Bailey. The order is Shane, Jeff, Peter, Dave Lyons, Brett, James, Dave Bailey. Shane's now up on TQ with a 25.509.2. James is 29.509.7.
2 minutes left.
If you see a blue, orange, and white car come up on your back bumper, please go wide on a corner and let them by.
One minute left.
Shane's still up on TQ with 25.507. Jeff 24.502. Dave Lyons 24.509. James 24.511. Peter 23.502. Dave Bailey 22.506. And Brett 22.509. Fast lap goes to Shane with an 11.73. watch it straight, straight. Twenty seconds left, driver. Order is Shane, Jeff, Dave Lyons, James, Peter, Brett, and Dave Bailey. When I call your name, your race is over. Jeff, Shane, Brett, James, Peter, Dave Lyons, and Dave Bailey. Shane ended up on 24.5 flat, 0.1 to Jeff's 24.50 flat, 0.8. Dave Lyons got 24.508, James 24.510, Peter 23.507, Brett 22.501, and Dave Bailey 22.508. Last up with the Shane with 11.73.
All right, so we're taking a 10-minute break here, and then we're going to do the mains. It'll be Dave, Bailey, Darren, Scott, George, Aiden, Evan, and Steven. One bump up to the A with James, Shane, Jeff, Dave Lyons, Peter, and Brett. James. Okay, did you pay Douglas to give you laps or something? What happened? Oh, he took out Shane. You're such a jerk, James. Why do you do that? And Shane, this is why James has TQ and you're in second. Because you're getting marshaled. Ten minutes. All right, guys, we're going to get going in just a minute or two here. Dave, Bailey, Darren, Scott, George, Aiden, Evan, and Steven for race one. Everyone else out to Marshall, which we need marshals out there right now. Hey, Jeff, do you want to grab George's car and do like 2 turns on the coil in the rear, on his rear springs? Still a little bit on power push, eh? Better though, George? Hey, Peter. Hi. I guess you're marshalling there, right? Who am I missing then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll try it like that. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll, Dave, we're going to put you down at the end of the straight, I think. Because I don't have anyone there. Who am I missing? No one. That's it. Hitman, are you good there? You're not going to fall off the crate marshalling there? You're good? You're good there? All right. Okay. Straight is closed. Straight is closed. Shane. Or Hitman. Someone want to line them up? Dave, Darren, Scott, George, Aiden, Evan, and Steven. Oh, look at these. Look at these guys. They're almost pro. Kind of. Oh, Aiden had to go and mess it all up now. Come on, Aiden. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I think so too. It's one of the straighter set lineups and the quicker ones. Good job. Okay. You be amazing, I'll be the best. Marshall's ready. Driver's ready. Everyone on the tone. George, I'm going to say your slipper's still a little tight after that start. That could really help your on-power steering. Dave Bailey out in the #1 spot right now. Orange and green buggy, if he comes up on you, give him some room. That is your #1 out there. Darren chasing him, and Scott in the 3. So Darren in the orange, yellow wheels, Scott in the white and green with white wheels, all 3 down the straight. Dave in the 1, Darren in the 2, battling out for that top spot right now. Aiden sitting in #4 spot, George in the 5, Evan, then Steven. Guys, watch the leaders come through. Orange and green buggy. Orange and green buggy's my 1. Not anymore. My number 1 is orange, yellow wheels, going over around the off camber. Scott chasing him in that 2. 0.7 seconds behind. Oh, it's coming off. Dave in the 3. Dave, 3.5 seconds behind. Once again, guys, if you see the faster guys coming up on you, please give them some room. Once again, Darren out in that top spot in the orange buggy, yellow wheels. Scott in the 2 in the white and green. And Dave in the orange and green. White wheels is my 3.
3 minutes left.
3 minutes here left to go. Darren up in that top spot. Thank you, Aiden. Here he is, hitting the loop. Right behind him, Scott. 1.2 behind, green buggy. Watch it, green buggy. Good. Green buggy's my number 2. Dave sitting in that number 3 spot. 2.8 seconds behind. Aiden holding the number 4. George in the 5. Evan in the 6. .220 left on the clock. Whew. Darren out front. It's got a 2-second lead
2
right now.
minutes left.
2.5 second lead over Scott. Scott in that number 2 spot. Dave in that number 3. He's about 8 seconds behind now. Aiden the number 4, George in the 5. George only 3 seconds behind Aiden. Minute 10 left on the clock. Darren still up on top on this one. Scott in that number 2. Dave in the 3. George now in the 4. Aiden in the 5. Evan in the 6.
1 minute left.
Scott 5 seconds behind the leader. Looks like Darren's going to get the bump on this one. Dave 5 seconds behind Scott now. Scott 4 seconds behind the leader. He's getting marshaled though. Well, that might allow Dave here to battle with Scott for second. Scott down the straight. Dave 1.3 behind, closing the gap up. Watch your rhythm. Straight, watch straight. Stay tight. Clear. Guys, just watch green and orange buggy and green and white buggy is my 2 and 3 there, battling it out. This will be their last lap right here. 5 seconds left on the clock. Dave Bailey in the number 2 spot. Scott in the 3. Look at the pass. There it is. Toned off. Beautiful pass, but it gets marshaled. I'm going to blame Brett for all that. I don't know what that dance move was. He didn't know what to do. I know, he thought Dave Bailey was going to flip over. Clock is off. That is it, guys. Darren getting the bump on this one. Dave Bailey took second. Scott took third. Aiden, then George, and Evan. Everyone drop your cars. You don't need to charge them up. Darren going to bump up. Everyone else out to Marshall. So, Daryl, is that buggy here for me? You racing next week? Who was that? That was Peter with the takeout move there on Hitman? Very nice. That was payback, right? That was a payback move? I thought so. Where you're supposed to be, right? So Evan, Steven, you guys completed your first actual race. Did you have fun? Good, yeah? All right. Straight's closed. Straight is now closed. Lineup is James, Shane, Jeff, Dave, Peter, Hitman, and Darren. Let's see if you guys know how to line up. James, Shane, Jeff, Dave, Peter, Hitman, and Darren. Look at you guys. That is, you know what, that's amazing. Wow. Here. Now hopefully you can race as good as you guys can line up. I'm a little worried about having to do a restart here already. Okay, yeah, I need to hit the tone quick. You guys are getting antsy already. Drivers ready? Ha! Oh, there it is. That was all you, Peter. Oh, restart, restart. You guys are friggin' terrible. Can I call it or what? Restart. My God. Reverse order? Darren didn't crash, he said. Who else is that Dave screaming he didn't crash? Okay. New lineup. Darren, Dave. I seen Peter. Peter, you're at the back on this one. You smashed Dave from the back. I seen it. I seen it. So once again, Darren, Dave. All right, screw you guys then. I ain't restarting this one. No, you guys just keep going. But it'll all work itself out by the second lap. I hope. My God, you guys are making it look ugly. Wow, okay, yeah, no, I was wrong. Let's restart it. That's too ugly. I'll restart that. Let's restart it. Let's do this properly. I had my fun on that one, but I honestly thought you guys were capable of cleaning that up by the second lap, though. Like, really? Oh. All right, try again. Deep breath for everyone. Okay. I am not going to do another restart. This is it. Whatever you guys do, I don't care. I'm just going to close my eyes. I'll turn the mic off like I do on every trophy race. All right, everyone on the tone. Well, I may do that for the F mains, I'm not going to lie. Very nice start. Much better, only took 3 tries. James, Shane, Gingerface in the 2, Jeff in the 3, Dave in the 4, and we got Darren. Top 3, less than a second apart. Seeing just these little itty-bitty mistakes, like a little wide in the line off the pole. There's a big mistake bouncing off the pole. James still holding that top spot. Dave now putting pressure on Jeff. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Still within a second of each other. Hey man, traffic coming up on you. Lots of it too.
Left.
Thank you. Right behind you got Gingerface. Thank you. 4 minutes here left on the clock. Jeff's still holding that number 3 spot. Dave Lyons right there with him. Oh, nice save, Darren. Good job. George was clapping. He didn't have to run in the straight with a bunch of fast cars coming. Oh, there's the mistake. And another mistake. Shane, oh, James taking it right back. Nice pass. And you didn't even touch him, James. Good job. Oh, keep it clean, keep it clean. That was a mid-air hit. Oh, over that top spot after all that. Here we go, Jeff down the straight. Shane now playing catch up on him. James in that number 3 spot. Dave Lyons in the 4.
3 minutes left.
2 down, 3 left to go. White buggy, white wheels, my leader. Orange and white, the 2 chasing hard. Blue, white stripe, white wheels in the 3.8 seconds. Shane was looking for an inside line. He thought there was going to be inside line. Jeff kept the door closed. Look at that. He had fumbled. James sneaking in right there. Shane thought he had it. Not so. James back out in that top spot. Shane in the 2. 1 and 2 tight together. Watch, Peter, as these guys come up on you. Jeff 1.7 behind now. Gonna have to play catch up. 2:25 left on the clock. Dave holding that, Darren in that number 4 spot. Dave in the 5. James with the fumble. Shane, you finally up in that top spot now. With a little bit of space. As we get down the 2-minute mark, here he is hitting the loop. Pull. Jeff sitting in second, 2.1 behind. Playing catch up. James in that number 3 spot, 2.7 behind. Dave Lyons back in the 4, Darren in the 5. Then we got Peter. James flipping over. Dropping back a little bit further. Orange and white going down the straight. It's my number 1. Here's the white. 1.8 behind. Here's James hitting the loop. 6 seconds off Dave's pace right now. Jeff's pace, sorry. Dave in that number 4. He is 2 seconds behind James. And just past him after that Marshall. Dave now moves in the 3rd. Shane in the 1, Jeff in the 2, 1.6 behind. Dave Lyons sitting in 3rd now. 9 seconds behind Jeff. He holds 3rd though. Darren in the number 4. Then we got James, Peter, and Hitman. 60 seconds left to go. Nice save by Peter in the straight. Shane hitting the loop. Let's see if Jeff's making any headway here. 1.6. Closing the gap, not enough right now. He's going to have to step on it a little harder. He is holding fast lap with 11.83. Watch after the jump. Shane hitting it. That might help him with that little bit right there. 1.3. Shane, Jeff, Dave, Darren, James, Peter, and Brett. Everyone on pace still here in this one. Jeff closing up a little bit more. I don't know if there's enough time though. 20 seconds left on the clock. Oh, watch straight, watch straight. Clear. This is it. I don't know if he's got time. It's going to be the last lap. There's the tone, guys. You guys are all done hitting the loop. Darren's done. Dave Lyons is done. Watching the 1 and 2 right now. Looks like Shane's got this one. And there it is. After our 3rd start, turned out to be an awesome race. Shane taking it. And the top 2 guys were on a 25-lap pace after all that. Shane taking the top spot, 25.510 with an 11.97 fast lap. Jeff, 25.511. He had the fastest lap overall with 11.83. Darren finishing in 3rd, 23.501 with a 12.04. Dave Lyons, 23.502 with a 12.19. James, 23.507 with 11.89. Peter, 23.508 with a 12.32. And the Hitman, 22.506 with a 12.30. And I'm going to assume everyone had fun. Have a good night. See you next week.